Let's see. Yes, we are definitely 100% alive. We lost one person in the process. Just Ray disappeared from so much good.
I'm here.
And she's back. Okay.
All right, good. Okay.
Okay.
So we lost Denise. Where's Denise?
Denise
I'm
is
here.
with us. Denise is with us.
She's
Okay,
in the Cosmo.
So we are going to do a quick introduction. Denise, why don't you start this time?
Okay. Yeah, second time would be better. Well, my name is Denise. I am a yoga teacher and I am a health coach. Actually, Ray is my teacher from my yoga studies. And last year I met Mir, and I felt like everything what I wanted to know was complete because he gave me like the perspective of the spirit and the mind, and everything Ray was already teaching me started to feel like more interesting, but towards myself, and right now I feel like my mission is to share this with others, like a yoga teacher and also as a person. But it's very interesting how the more I get to know myself and understand myself, is the easier I can share these topics, which I also am here now to understand more. And I'm very happy to be here and to share with you guys and to contribute with something and also to learn more to myself. So thank you for inviting me.
Thank you, Denise. Thank you. Gabriel, you're next.
Okay. Hello, everybody. My name is Gabriel, and I'm a massage therapist and yoga instructor based in Miami, originally from Argentina. But used to work in hospitality until I decided that I was not happy working in hotels. And after taking some yoga classes, I decided to take some courses. And in my learning with different teachers, I got to know Ray, which was one of those things that happened to me, until she introduced me with you, which was the second great thing that happened to me. Things that I admire from both of you is how you guys can relentlessly lecture for hours and stay focused and keep delivering, yes, for hours. So I'm so happy to be here learning and sharing with you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. And beautiful Sarah, hi.
Hello. Thank you for having me. I met Mir through Ray. Ray's my sister. I'm actually from Bowmansville, PA. I live on a beautiful 60-acre farm. We're working on a vegan cookbook together. So that is definitely my main passion in life is cooking and creating all kinds of dishes that are delicious and healthy and, healing and plant strong. I practice yoga. I love to read spiritual literature and, I'm just here to expand my horizons and learn more about how I can heal myself emotionally. So maybe in the future I can help others heal. So I'm looking forward to all of this. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. So Ray, it's you.
I'm Ray. I teach a lot of yoga. I founded World Yoga Institute. I tour the world and show people how to bend their body into unique shapes while feeling really fantastic.
Sounds good. Exciting. Okay, good. So you prepared some questions for me, and Ray told me that you have amazing questions. And I am ready to answer, and I think we will start with Sarah.
All right.
So, shoot.
Go ahead, Sarah. What's your first question?
Oh, I thought you were doing the questions, but I can ask questions too. So I was wondering, my first question is, are feelings and emotions considered the same thing? And which feelings and emotions need to be controlled and which ones should be allowed to happen?
Okay, good. So I'm going to answer that. But first of all, let me just say hello to all the people that are with us. So let's see who is here. So we've got Aaron, and he says hello. And we've got the Facebook user that says wow, wow, wow. And we've got Jenny, and we've got Janet, and she said, where is Mayor Live? Here we are live. And we've got Dolly here, and Avi, Budara, and Anita, and we've got another Facebook user, and Nico. I think I know Nico. Nico is here, and Shamaya, and lots of people, and Pedro, and more people, and Jenny, and many people. So we have lots of people that saying hi. So hi to everyone. Hello from Della. Hi, Della. Della is here. That's very important. We all love Della. She's amazing. She's really amazing. And okay. So let me answer the question. Okay. So what is emotion and what is feeling and what's the difference and what should we do with those things? So first of all, let's understand the emotion. The word emotion actually stands for either enhance motion or escape from motion. And I will explain what I mean and how it works. So you've got a person, and the person have a mind. And the mind is just many series of pictures that you collect all your lives. And you've got the body, and you've got the spirit. When something happens in the environment, you look through your mind, and the mind gives you all the possibilities of what can happen, logical and not logical, and you make a decision what to do. And that decision affects the endocrine system. It releases all kinds of chemicals in the body. It's basically defined the physical response. It's defined what you as a spirit would do. Will you actually use the emotion as something that give more motion, enhance the motion, or escape the motion? Because anything that happens in front of you is motion. So emotion as a whole is how you handle motion. What's your reaction to motion? And the manifestation of that is feelings. So when the emotion is an emotion of anger, the feelings will be what you feel when you are angry. When the emotion is enthusiasm, feeling will be these things that you feel when you're enthusiastic. And you will see that the emotion are always how much effort you're going to put out to handle a situation. And the more effort you put out, the worse you will get. Emotion deteriorate up to the moment when you die. It is the moment of the greatest effort. The moment of dying is the moment of the greatest pain, the greatest effort. And the moment that you are alive, when you have amazing thing happening to you, everything is easy. There's no effort. So you enhance the motion when your emotions are actually pro-survival, and you escape the motion when the emotion are counter-survival. Now, what should you do with emotion? Which one you should keep and which one you should not keep? So when the emotion are appropriate to the situation, they're actually helping you. So when you see someone die and you cry, it makes sense. Or when you see something happy that happens and you are happy, it makes sense. But when someone dies and you are happy, it doesn't make sense. It's mis-emotion. It's an inappropriate effort or an inappropriate emotion to the situation. So you will see that overall, the moment that you understand what is emotion, which is just how you are handling motion, that's all. How do you handling the motion around you? What you need to do in life is to be willing to experience any motion and to give out only motion that others can easily experience. And if you do these two things, you will see that your life will improve. You need to be able to experience any motion, anything that comes to you, anything. Someone shot at you, someone jumped at you, someone punched you, anything, or someone loved you. Any emotion, regardless of how much effort in the emotion, you should be able to experience it. And it's just a matter of a decision, because this motion is not really having any effect on you before you decide that it has an effect on you. You see, because when something happens around you, some pictures happen, and you decide how serious this thing is. And you will see that if you look at life, you'll see that when something happens, sometimes it seems terrible, and later on, when you look at that, you realize it wasn't so bad. And sometimes sometimes you think things are amazing, and time go by, and you think, oh, this guy was the devil. What did I like about him? So, so it's really just a consideration. It's not real. Emotions are created. You create them. They're not real. It's not something that some God go and give it to you and you cannot run away from it. You create them, and you create them based on your decision. Are you going to enhance the motion, or are you going to escape the motion? If you're going to escape the motion, you will be afraid, you will be angry, you will be in grief, you will be in apathy, you're running away from the motion. And if you're going to take the motion and enhance it, improve it, use it to your advantage and the advantage of everyone else around you, you will see that life will become beautiful. That was a short answer for a long question. No, I'm joking. A long answer for short question.
You are answering a few of my questions already with this one.
It's okay.
Can I shoot some? So it has two aspects, no?
One second, Gabriel. Sarah, did it make sense to you? Does it answer your question?
That helps a lot. Yeah. It does. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Good. You're welcome. The key to know is that really you're creating your emotion. How do I know? Because I can take two exact situations. And when you look at, when you're handling them in different times, you're handling them different. And you will see that two different people will react to the same situation different, which means the situation do not create the emotion, you create it. And because of that, when you look at that, and when you look at things that happen over time, you see that you could react differently. So all this thing tells you that you, and only you, by decision alone, decide what will happen with your emotion as a result, your feelings. You totally can control your emotion, and as a result, your feelings. And the sooner you learn how to do that, and there's a whole series of a lot of knowledge to learn on how actually to master it. But the moment that you master it, there is only one problem. It's very hard to wipe the smile off your face. That's the only problem with that.
What a problem.
That's a big problem. Then we have a special course to correct that. We'll make you sad. I'm joking. Okay, Gabriel.
So you're telling me that there is two ways that emotion can arise. One can be as a reaction of motion coming my way, or I can create it causatively.
The emotion is always under your control, and it is what you do with motion. If I punch you, you can block the punch, resist it in some way, or you can take the punch and, like in Aikido, use it for your advantage. So when the emotion are high, you look at motion that come towards you as something that helps you. You don't run away. You take it and you redirect it as you want. You enhance it. And when your emotions are low, what you do, you try to stop. How do you know if your emotions are high or low? Any emotion that's designed to stop is a low motion. It is a low emotion. And any emotion that designed to enhance, to improve, it's a high emotion. So, for example, if I say hello and you say, hi, how are you? And we're hugging and kissing and everything, it's an enhancement. You take my hello and you make it bigger. But if I say to you hello and you tell me, why do you say hello? You try to stop it. Yes. Then you know that the guy is a little bit cuckoo. Why is he cuckoo? Because he tried to stop motion. And life is motion. Life is motion. So if you try to stop motion, obviously you're cuckoo because you're going against life. What is the definition of the word cuckoo? Going against life. Insanity is someone that's stuck in the past. He's going against life. He's really trying to make the past alive and not right now or the future. So cuckoo-ness is when you try to stop motion. So any emotion that try to stop motion is not sane. And you can see that include antagonism, anger, fear, grief, any kind of death. If you are die, I don't know if you notice that people that die don't accept motion so well. They don't know that the motion arrived. They don't improve it. Yes. So anything that don't improve the motion is actually insane.
Can I sometimes causatively use some of these emotions? Like if I have to take somebody's viewpoint that is anger,
yeah.
Can I harness that emotion just for the purpose of experiencing that viewpoint and then resolve a problem?
Yeah. So you will see that a person that is an emotion E, let's say you are in antagonism or you're enthusiastic, okay? So if you're enthusiastic, you will be able to recognize and handle any emotion below that, okay? But if you are angry, you will not, or if you are at a low emotion, anything above that will not be real to you. When you are angry and someone comes to you and say, well, it's all going to be okay, come on, let's smile, you want to kill him because you're angry. And for you, it's not real that enthusiasm is the right thing right now. There's no enthusiasm at that moment. It's not on your radar, yes? Yes, so the person with the lowest emotion or your lowest emotion define what you can see. You can never see above where you are. You can see only below. What's real to you is anything below. So how do you help someone that is in a low emotion is you match his emotion. If he's angry, you are angry with him, not at him, with him. So if he's angry and he says, they all should be stood against the wall. You come and you say, and shot. You say, oh, it's soulmate. He like he loves you now, yes? Because you had the same emotion as him. And now slowly, very gently, you go a little bit higher and tell him that maybe if all the stars and everything will align, maybe he can go just a little bit higher. And he will say, well, maybe, yes, maybe. And you can take him up very, very gently up. But you know that the person that try to escape motion, a person that try to escape motion is actually insane. So you never take seriously anything he says. He never means what he says. People that are angry never mean what they say. They always lie. People that are afraid don't even see what they think they're afraid of. So of course what they say is nonsense. Because fear is a state where you don't see. Obviously, what you're afraid of do not exist because you don't see. If you're afraid, I say, whoa, and you go, whoa, you don't see, but you're afraid. You don't see what you're afraid of. So actually, fear is a state of preventing motion. And if you go even below that, when you are at grief, you will see that a person that in grief, he is really in such a loss. The difference between fear, at fear you're worried about losing, and at grief you already realize, oh, I lost. Yes. So at grief, because you already lost, you believe you will never have anything else, including the communication from anyone around you. So if you start to understand that the only test is your emotion in the direction of enhancing motion, or are they in the direction of escaping motion? If you are in the direction of escaping motion, whatever the person says, insane, the only thing you can do to help him is ignore what he says, totally ignore. Because what he says, it's total 100% nonsense. Match his emotion and raise him up to the point where he at least somewhere around conservatism, and now there is some kind of computing power behind the words that coming out of his mouth. And before that, you've got a total robot that just playing words that coming out from his mind. And you see the people that are angry, they always say the same things. It's like if you're angry, you always say the same thing. And after you stop being angry, you say, I should have said that, and I should have said that, and I should have said that. Because while you're angry, you don't think. You're busy stopping, you're not busy helping. So if you understand that, it's very easy to help people, but you need to be in good condition to know two things. Anyone that don't enhance motion, don't take his words seriously because he doesn't know what he's saying. And the only thing you can do at that moment is understand that person, which means match where he is emotionally and move him up slowly up until he get to at least conservatism. Not a second before. Before that, you're just talking to a robot is more intelligent than a person at that moment.
Gotcha.
And I have a question. I have a question related to what Gabriel asked. And has it something to do with the idea that when you go to the bottom, when you touch the bottom and you are very, very low, and suddenly you wake up and start doing like good things for you, but nothing happens when you are in the middle. You need to go to the deepest level of yourself to suddenly maybe see the idea that you need to go up. It has something to do with that idea.
No, I think that I don't think I know that you can go so low that at the end you become lower than a stone. And I never seen a stone wake up one day and say, whoa, I got so low, now I'm going to stop being a stone and I'm starting to be a person. So the direction is not going down. The direction is going up. And what really, I think what people trying to say is that sometimes the necessity level is so high, you get an emergency, something that is so wow, that you change for a second. And it can happen that someone will get such a duress that you would change for a second and make a decision, because emergency is a moment of heightened willingness. You're just for a second willing to do more, but if you didn't handle the reason why you got so low, you will get a surge up and you go down. You need to handle the reason you got so low. Because otherwise you will see a person will improve for, he meet someone super beautiful like you, and he said for her, anything. And he become really, 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 really good for 6 months, but he didn't handle the actual reason that got him so low to start with. So after 6 months, he stopped seeing that you're so beautiful and amazing and everything, and he started to behave worse than what he started. You need to handle the reason someone got down. You don't turn a stone into a person just by taking something and hitting it and saying, okay, fine, start to be alive.
Yes. A lot of people, when they are feeling like very, very low or depressed or very sad or in a very low emotional state, and they find a yoga practice, they start feeling better and better, and they think it's because of yoga, so they go to yoga class. But it is like, as you said, like they have to work. We have to work with what we are finding in these lessons or classes to actually find the reason and work with that, right?
Yeah. So maybe when someone finds something like yoga or any other practice like that, it gives him some future and it moves him a little bit higher. But he will do yoga from that viewpoint of a stone. And it will take some time until he will prove enough to start operating in a different level. And in the beginning, he will start improving the body maybe. So he will see, oh, wow, the body can move a little bit better than a stone. So now he will improve. Just because the body improved, he will improve because he really believed that he is the body. So there will be some improvement. And then there will be another improvement. The teacher will start to teach him and start to give him the idea of there's such thing as spirituality and you are not your body and blah, blah, blah. And he will improve, and things will improve. But only so much. Because if he will not handle the actual reason that pushes him down, he will go up and down and up and down. And overall, he will stay within a very specific level. There needs to be something different that removes the reason that pushes you down, because naturally, natively, the person is going to produce, the person going to be good, the person going to be successful, natively, without doing anything. So if a person is not doing well, there is a major force that pushing him down that he doesn't see. Major force. I'm not talking about someone just telling, hey, you're not clever, or his mom invalidating him when he was 2 years old. I'm not talking about something like that. I'm talking about heavy force to stop this thing that's called the spirit, which is the biggest, strongest force in the universe, to make it so small to believe that your maximum can do is operate 12 hours per day and then you become tired. Something really need to push you down. Heavy. To get a person to believe that he cannot make money, he has to have massive amount of suppression that push him down to tell him that he's unable to create, unable to help other people. So if you don't handle that, the normal practice of yoga and other things will help you. There is no question about it. It will help you, but only for a certain degree. And
I want to add something here. This is kind of how I found you, because I noticed that this was really happening. The students would improve, and then improve.
We cannot hear you, Ray. Your microphone.
It's the worst. How about now? Can you hear me?
Now better.
Did you lock my visual? Oh boy, I have no idea. Anyway,
Now we can hear you.
You can hear me, but you can't see me. It's exciting times.
Now we can hear you and see you. We can hear you and see you.
Oh, you can see me?
We can hear you and see you.
Okay, on my side, I can't see me. Okay, fantastic. So, yeah, the reason that I found you is that I noticed this was happening. That people would go up, they'd improve, but it would stop, and then there would be an inevitable crash. And I really wanted to address that and that's how I found you. I was like, there's got to be an answer. So, thank you, Mir.
Thank you. Yes, there is an answer for sure.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, and the only thing about this answer is it's not like 7 easy steps to become God in 3 seconds. It's not. Actually, it takes work, and it takes lot of deleting nonsense, not adding data. It's actually a process of deleting a lot fake realities. You all know about what I call fake reality, which is information you are 100% sure is true, but when you use it, it doesn't bring the expected results. So actually what we do when I'm teaching, I'm not adding data. And I think I'm the only teacher that do that. I actually delete data. I come to you and I tell you, look, you already know. And the problem that you have is not lack of knowledge. And if you try to add more knowledge, you will be buried even further. What you need is not more knowledge. What you need is to remove fake reality. And you already know. And actually, anyone that comes to you and tell you that you don't know, even if he's trying to teach you, it makes you feel a bit uncomfortable. Because it's not true, because you really know. And that's the big difference between what I'm doing and what other people are doing. Other questions? More questions?
So emotional healing implies emotional damage. How can we create or get emotional damage?
Okay, so how do you get emotional damage? Yeah. What is emotional damage? As we said, emotion is the result or the answer that your past or your mind gives you. So the mind gives you all answers, and the more you rely on the past, the worse you will get. This is really amazing. The more you rely on your past, the worse you will get. Why? Because the past is the sum of all your limitations. The past tells you what you cannot do. When you're born, you have endless opportunities, endless future. And every day that you add past, you actually gain limitations, because the past or all those things that happen to you, and they're connected. So this is happened and it's connected to this thing and it's connected to the next thing. It's all connected. And those connection tells you that what can be done and that what cannot be done. And the more you agree with those laws, with those prior causes, the worse you get. Why? Because if we take, for example, if we continue to rely on our past, there will never be a cell phone. The planet will still be around. No one will fly. The only reason people don't go and do much more, the reason they don't use the full potential is because they believe that the past already tells them what is possible and what is not. Beginner's luck is actually this thing that when a person decides, in this area I have no past, and he's lucky. He can do things that no one can do. And you will see moments of emergencies is moments when you are willing. It's a moment of heightened willingness to ignore the past and to become you. In an emergency, you have a momentary willingness to be you without any connection to the past. And you see that in emergency, a mother can pick up a bus to save her child. At that moment, there is no past. Because if she will look at the past and say, is it possible? Of course it's not possible. So if it's not possible, I'm not going to try. Even if I would try, I would just prove that it's impossible. So how do you heal a person emotionally? You show him how good he is. How do you do that? You show him that the past means nothing. The past means nothing. It does not even exist. It's gone. It does not even physically exist. It exists as a picture in your mind, but even there, only if you make it happen. So you can actually, there are ways to delete the effect of the past and to make yourself, and at that moment, what you demonstrate, the result is that you can create by ideas alone. You can create by ideas alone. If you think about it, anything that is a fact today used to be an idea, which means the source of facts must be ideas. So the more you rely on facts, the worse you get. The moment that you realize that you can create anything by ideas alone, at that moment you become you, and anything is possible at that moment. The sky is not the limit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very nice. And how do we create these emergency moments? I mean, in our life, to start to move and for ourselves.
How do you create what? I didn't get the question.
Emergency moments, the emergency situations for ourselves.
Yeah. How do you create this situation where you are actually in present time and not in the past? Yes, that's basically okay. So to be in present time, what you need to do is to remove fake realities. You need to find the truth for you. No one can give it to you. I can show you the way where you can find the truth. That's what I do in my lessons. But the major things, the things that is so wow, you find the truth for you. I give you a drill to do like we did in Peru, and you sit down and you find your truth. And all of a sudden, what happened with you, no one could have done it for you. You have to do it. So by removing lies, what you discover is you. Because who are you? You are a nothingness that's covered by lies. You are nothingness that's covered by lies. The moment that the lies goes away, you can create anything. The spirit is so perfect that when you consider that you've done anything less than perfect, at that moment, you hide yourself. How? It's called the lie. The lie is what covers you, what's hide you from yourself. And why you hiding you from yourself? Because you're actually trying to hide you from other people, to protect them from the bad thing that you may do to them. That's how good you are. It's quite fascinating. People are so good that they actually putting themselves in their own jail. And what is the jail? The jail of the past. They're looking only at the past to say what I mustn't do, what I mustn't do, what I mustn't do. Why? Not to hurt other people. Why people look at the past so much? Because they say, if I would just do what I want to do, I may be damaging. I know I can damage other people, so I will look at the past to say what I mustn't do, what I mustn't do, what I mustn't do. And the more you look at the past, the less you've got present time. And all of that because you are so amazingly good. The worst people. I worked with people in jails, and I've seen the worst of this society. They're actually not so bad. They're actually not bad at all, not so bad. They actually, all of them have good intentions. Never found someone with bad intention. Found a lot of people with bad actions. Never found someone with bad intention. And when you actually see the good intention, they stop doing the bad actions. And that's applied to you as well. When you will know that you are perfect, you will see that you will not need to protect everyone from you. The one thing that everyone must know yesterday is that you are perfect, and anything that is not perfect is not you, but as long as you agree that everyone else is as perfect as you. Because most of the time, what people do is find fault with people. The moment that you succumb to invitation to find fault with people, you will become you. Ray, you wanted to say something? We cannot hear you, Ray.
No.
No, you look good, but but we cannot hear you.
I have a question for you, Mia. A very short something I wanted to ask regarding this. What you were telling us that we are perfect, and the moment we realize that our life is starting to improve, can you share with us some drills? Because I know that there are specific actions that we can do in our daily life to start seeing that beauty in ourselves. But can you share with us some drills or examples to put in practice?
Yeah, yeah. What can you do to realize that? Whoa, Ray, now I think we've got a lot of echo
Oh
from you,
boy. But
and
you
we can hear you. We can hear you, and it's okay now. There's no echo.
Okay.
Excellent. Okay, good. So what can you do? What drill you can do that will improve your ability to realize that you are good? Okay. What I will do is the first thing is I will take a situation that I consider is a problem for me, something that I'm unhappy with myself or with someone else. And I will sit down and write all the good things about the situation. Now, sometimes the situation seems to be like, there's nothing good about this guy. He's like, he's not good. So what you do, you write what could be worse. And you will realize how much good there is in the worst people and how much bad there is in the best people. And when you realize that in the worst people in the universe, there is a lot of good, and in the best people in the universe, there is a ton of bad, you will start to have this thing that people are actually good. And they're just fighting this cruel universe. This universe is a very, very cruel universe. And you need to learn the rules of this universe if you want to survive. Why is it so cruel? Because it takes all of those billions of people that are really, 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 really good and convince them that they need to be bad. They need to act badly, not be bad. They need to act badly. Because everything around you convinces you need to act badly. And it's not true. Because the only good that ever happened to you is because you decided that you're good and that someone else is good. Otherwise, you will never get any good in this universe. The only time that someone paid you is because he paid you because he decided that your job was good or that you are good. The only time that you gave your love to someone is because you decided that someone else is good. And he's so good in you. So any improvement actually happened from seeing good, not bad, but everyone forces you almost, or this universe forces you to think the way to fix something is to find what's bad about it. Now, it's true for things, for machine. You fix machine by finding what's bad about them. You fix people by finding what's perfect about them.
Amazing, amazing, amazing.
Yeah.
So
Thank
I
you.
You're welcome.
I have a question here from Sarah. Sarah, you wrote, we are told that we have to control our emotions. So what does this mean? Is that only negative emotions? Are there emotions we shouldn't control? And in the reverse, if I'm overwhelmed by experience that make me feel depressed or useless, scared, should I be feeling these things and working through them? What to really do when you're hit by these emotions?
Okay, so let's start from the end. When you're already hit by these emotions, if you are depressed or something like that, and you're already hit by that, and that's the end, because we need to handle how we will not get to that. But if you do, the only practical thing to do is to hold your body from the ears or whatever and move the body to work, clean, cook, do something, bring value to someone, clean your dog, feed your daddy, I don't know, do something physical with your body. Everything will tell you, no, you need to lay down and crawl on the stone. Just make yourself do something. The moment that you start do something with your body, what will happen is you will see that you will build space. The feeling of depression, the feeling of no hope is happening when there is no space around you, and so you are forced to see only back, only past, because there's no space, there's no future. The moment that you touch things around you, the moment that you start to work, you inevitably creating space around you, and space is the promise of future, and immediately your emotion improves. It is quite fascinating that all you have to do for a person that is depressed is get him to produce, get him to work physically, not mentally. Don't let him sit in front of an Excel or something, yes? Or answering emails. Do something physical, move mountains, move stones, build a gate. I don't know, do something physical, clean the house, clean the car, do something physical, simple physical actions. And if you are going to help that person, don't talk to that person too much. Just listen and acknowledge. He will want you to tell him what to do. Don't. Because if you tell him what to do, he is again taking things inside. You want him to outflow. So all you want to do is to get him to work. And if you are helping that person, don't give him advice or anything like that. Just listen and acknowledge. Now, how do you not getting to that position to start with? So first of all, you really need to learn that how emotion works. And of course, we cannot do that in 1 hour. I'm giving you some tips, but I would really suggest that you will join one of my seminars. Probably the best is Fear to Freedom. Do the Fear to Freedom. Your life will change. You will not be depressed ever again if you'll do it. Impossible. If you actually do it, you will have the tools that even if you get to that direction, you will have a tool to fish you out quite easily. So number one, do the Fear to Freedom. Number two, you need to know for sure that you create your emotions. No one can piss you off, because I've checked many people, never found a button, piss on, piss off on them. Never found anyone with a button. Yes, so no one can piss you off. You creating your own emotions. You creating your own emotions. If you are pissed on or pissed off, is you. You creating your own emotion. You really have to understand that. And you do that in an effort to escape motion. You're just not willing to confront what comes your way. You need to learn how to confront any emotion. And not only that you will never have depression again, not only that you will never worry again, not only that you will not have these bad feelings, but the result that you will bring in the eyes of most people will be miracles. And they are not miracles, they are miracles. No, I'm joking. They're not miracles, they're just... they're not miracles. They're not miracles, they're just, you just becoming you. You're just really becoming you. So that's the answer.
Made a mirror joke. That was great.
Okay, any other questions?
Sarah, come on. Gabriel, come on.
If not, let me see what's happening on the chat. And we are almost an hour, so we should wrap very soon. So Shemaya says, beautiful people, and we've got lots of hearts from lots of people. And Pedro say hi. Ray, even you say hi, Dad. Yeah, hi, hey, Dad. Wow.
I was trying to tag it.
Hi, we've got Anta and Benny, Facebook users that just says best Facebook user, and Swapna is here, and Kazi, hello. and Nomi is here, and Raymond and Friends TV, amazing. Raymond and Friends TV, this is incredible, the relationship between motion and emotions. Yes, true, I agree. And people laugh, there is a lot of LOLs. And Epson says, wow, very helpful, thank you for the show. And Tariq says, hi everyone. And there is lots of comments, really lots of comments. Mayor Kals, yes, they like that joke. This is so interesting and funny. Thank you, love the information. Another Facebook user that says, love the information. Here we go, love the information, such great drills. And Nick says, hi, Mayor. How can we remain optimistic about a country like South Africa during these dim economic times? Okay, I will answer that. And there's a lot. And Jenny said, and how you from the consciousness of the past in the present when exists pain and fault. Okay, so there's lots of questions. People asking questions, and it's good. Okay, so what we're going to do, let me answer some of those questions. So the first thing is, how can you remain optimistic? How can you remain optimistic? What does it mean to be optimistic? To be an optimistic, you need to be in control over the situation. The only real optimistic person is someone that controls the situation. You understand? If someone is optimistic but is not in control over the situation, he's actually not an optimistic. He's probably on some kind of drugs. Yes. So he just feels good, but the data do not actually say that it's good. Yes. So to be a real optimistic, you need to be in control of the situation. Does it make sense to you? Do you see that? If you're not in control over the car and you're optimistic while you are about to have an accident, you're cuckoo, you're not optimistic, yes? So to be an optimistic, you need to control the situation. Now, how do you control the situation? You control situation by having knowledge. You need to really know what's happened. Now, most of the people get knowledge from some kind of source. They think the source of the knowledge is important and not the data. And the source of the data is never, ever important. Like the messenger is not important, the message is important. So how do you become optimistic? You stop relying on the source of the data and you start relying on the data, and you become the source. You take the data and you evaluate in your eyes, not based on what the next person tell you, not based on how many degrees the person that tells you have, not based on, was it on God, Google or not? That's not the way to define what is real or not. What is knowledge? Knowledge is only the thing that you use and uniformly bring the expected results. The thing that you can use and uniformly bring the expected result, create this control, which result in optimism. If I know that I know, I will be optimistic. Everyone can be super worried about the economy, but I know what's going on. I know, I don't think that I know. I don't hope. I don't have some kind of someone that told me that it will be good. I know. How do I demonstrate that I know? I uniformly bring results. So optimism is the result of knowledge that you establish as correct, independent of the source. So if the source is anyone, if you have any guru, if you have any teacher, if you have any doctor, if you have anyone that is the source for you, your knowledge is not your knowledge, and you in actual effect, you are not an optimist, you are blind. The only way to be optimistic is to gain control over the knowledge and eventually to know. Not because someone told you, but because you are so certain that your certainty do not require any further reasons. When you are certain in such a level that what you know do not require any further reasons, at that moment you are optimistic. And before that, you are just not willing to confront. Because optimism and head in the sand is very similar. Just from the other side of the spectrum. Because when someone put his head in the sand, he doesn't know that there is danger. So he's optimistic until he gets shot. But someone that actually knows, demonstrate control. So I hope that that answered the question of optimism. Optimism, you want to be optimistic, start to gain control over the data. Stop listening to all kinds of sources, TV, Google, blah, 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 your teacher, your guru. Don't listen to me even. Anyone. Start looking what is true for you. Delete, by all means, listen to me or to anyone that will show you how to look and to decide for yourself what's true for you. But don't listen to what I say as data. Don't take it as data. Any other questions?
Jenny had a question. How do you confront the consequences of the past and the present when there's pain and fault?
How do you confront the consequences of the past and the present?
In the present, when there exists pain and fault.
Okay. So what you need to do to handle pain and fault is the short answer is do the fear to freedom. Yes. The short answer is do the fear to freedom. I promise you, and you have money back guarantee that you do this course and there will not be pain, there will not be sorrow, there will be a lot of smiles and joy. But what's the immediate handling? The immediate handling is to look around and find what joy can you put into things. Not what joy can things give you. Don't look for things to give you joy. Figure out how can you put joy into things. When you will put enough joy into things, you will not have pain. Most people try to get joy from their new car, new wife. No, your wife is an exception. New car, new something. No, I'm joking. New car, new computer, new phone, new something, new toy. They try to get joy from things. But the actual way to get joy and to end any possible pain is to look around and find how can you put joy into things.
Can you give an example?
Yeah. So I took a job. I took a new customer. And if I think that this customer should give me joy, he should admire me, he should do this, he should be successful, I'll die. But if I take the customer and I have this mission in my life, I am going to put joy into him. I have a new phone. I bought a new phone. If I would say, well, the phone will make me happy, that thing that can break if it's full will make me happy. It's crazy. Yes. But if I take the phone and I will put the joy into the phone, I will create the wow. I will look at the phone and I will like, whoa, it's so nice. I'll put the joy into it. If I drive and I expect the scenery to give me the joy, it will give me maybe the joy for one time, twice. Yes. But if every time I drive, I will find the most unbelievable, I will put this feeling of joy into the scenery and I will go all day long with wow, 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 wow. You'll see that life will be different. I'll give you an actual true story. I got a dancing lesson 3 days ago from someone, but don't teach me usually. He doesn't teach me dancing usually. He just taught me a lesson. And he taught me things, and I was like, the whole lesson for 3 hours. The lesson was 3 hours, and the whole lesson I was like, wow, woo, wow, wow, amazing. I love this move. I love this thing. And it's not something that I never saw something, but I just put the joy into it. I just put so much joy into it that by the end of that lesson, at the beginning, he told to Aviva, I think I broke your husband. And so, so she says, why? He said, I don't know. He always says, wow, he's getting so excited. So I think I broke her heart. But by the end of the lesson, he told me, I'm teaching for many, 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 many years. I never saw someone that can take a simple move and enjoy it as much as you can enjoy every single move. I can see why you are successful.
Wow.
Because I put the joy into every move. Most people will tell you, well, but I know this thing, or this is difficult, or this is taking long time. They find what's wrong. I take it and I eat it. And not only I eat it, I feel that the move have sugar in them and cream and everything. And I eat them like I enjoy the thing. I put the joy into them. I put the sugar in my coffee, not the coffee put the sugar in. You understand what I mean? It's like I put the cream on my life. When most of the people expect that the life will come with already cream on top. No, I put the cream on my life. And I like the cream.
Thank you.
So it's a viewpoint. It's how I look at life. Do you put the cream on your life, or do you expect someone externally to come and put the cream on?
There's a really dirty joke in there somewhere.
Yes. Maybe not now. Okay,
I have a question. But how to get to that emotional state when you put joy or where you see beauty in life? How to get there? By validating ourselves or admiring ourselves? If we have been invalidated our whole life and we feel that we don't deserve beauty in life.
Yeah. So how do you start? You realize that success is the sum of all validated improvements. That's the definition of the word success. My definition of the word success is the sum of all validated improvement. So you find something you can validate, something that you can say, well done to me, or well done to someone else. It doesn't have to be even you. It doesn't even have to be you. Well done for someone else, or well done to yourself. And the more you will validate, the more smiles you'll have. The size of the smile can be measured by the number of validation you had that day. Yes, it's serious. It's like that. It's like that. The more validation, the bigger the smile you have. I don't know if you notice that if you have a day or a decade that your friends or your husband or someone all day long say, this is wrong, 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 the smile becomes very small. Yes? Then you find a new husband, and this husband said, this is amazing, this is amazing, this is amazing, and your smile becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. It's the validation is actually what causes this viewpoint. And it's not important what happened in the past. The past could be terrible, terrible, terrible. But if you go to American Idol and everyone says, whoa, believe me, you will not worry about the past because the validation is so big that who cares about the past? And you take people that are going to these shows, and you see they're coming on stage and they look just normal people, beaten, just normal person, beaten by life. And then they get all of this validation. And in the second or third show, they look like, wow, everything changed. What changed? Nothing changed really. the validation was so big that they were wow. And then if they got forgotten and they stopped getting the validation, they go whoosh, boom, to the same point or even worse. So you want to have that viewpoint. Start to find good things about you. Just what can you validate? Not big things, just some improvement, any improvement, the smallest improvement. I woke up in the morning. That's an improvement. There's many people that didn't. You know, you managed to get out of bed and to go and take a shower, and you have hot water. That's amazing. Many people don't have hot water. You managed to go and you have coffee. Unbelievable. Every single thing, just validate. It's amazing, 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 amazing. Find improvements, 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 improvements in you and in others, and you will see that all of a sudden life starts to smile at you. You know, if you take a child, the common denominator to children is that they see good in things. They don't believe that they are bad people, they are not careful, etc. They see good in things. Every day they see rain and they are like, wow, there is rain. And they see mud and they say, yo, mud, it's the best thing in the universe. And they bring it home and everything. Yes, they think it's the best thing. Everything is the best thing in the universe. You take a child and you put him in the street and everyone come and help him and give him food and make sure that he's not cold and protect him and everything. Why? Because he see good in people and people see good in him. And all of a sudden the whole world smile at him. Because he see good in people. He doesn't believe that he is bad. And if you will do the same thing, just refuse to succumb to invitation to see bad, refuse to succumb to reason why not to admire other people, you will see that your admiration to you will go up to the sky because everyone will see in you what they cannot see in themselves. And it's more valuable than money.
Yeah, I can tell it's true. I can tell it's true.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, so I think we had fun today. Lots of cream, chocolate, sugar.
We got the cream on top. The cream on top.
We got the cream on top. And we had lots of nice people with us, which is amazing. So I think until next week, thank you, Ray, for putting this amazing thing together. Thank you for each one of you, Sarah, Gabriel, Dennis.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
For Shamaya for organizing everything behind the scene. I don't know even if you know her, but she's amazing, super special person. And she helps organizing it, and she put the whole thing together. And that's it until next Wednesday. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye. See you. Bye-bye.